Now, Wendy Robbins has the story of 5 girls who became close childhood friends when they were separated from their families.
And 50 years later, they're looking forward to a very special reunion.
These 5 young girls were best friends in a Barnardos care home in Woking in the 1950s. They parted in their early teens and have not seen each other since. But now they are about to be reunited from across the world at the very house they grew up in 50 years ago. Some of the girls were as young as 4 when they first went into care. Sisters Pat and Pam had come over from America with their English mother. Sam and Patsy were living with their mothers. Eileen was with her father and grandmother. But for all sorts of reasons, poverty, ill health, the girls' families were unable to cope and put them into the care of Barnardos, where they formed their friendship.
When you're a kid in those environments, you rely on everybody around you.
And as children came and went, we were always left behind.
Together.
We were still there.
Yeah. The 4 other girls really were my family.
I just like to think that they're my sisters because I've never had any.
This was the Barnardos Children's Home, where the 5 girls created their own little family. They even called themselves the Famous 5. But in their early teens, they all had to separate, and they haven't seen each other again since the day they left this house 50 years ago. Thomas Barnardo established his charity in the 1860s to help children living rough on the streets. Over the years, Barnardos became home to thousands of children. By the time our Famous 5 arrived at Sharon Home in 1958, they'd already been in care for some years.
I remember getting on a big bus, sitting at the window with my little teddy bear, watching, you know, everything go by, wondering where we were going to go.
Do you remember what it felt like being a Barnardos girl?
We just accepted it. We didn't really understand much about what was going on, I don't think.
I don't even think it even dawned on us that we were in a special place for children. Isn't that odd?
I can remember going to school and I think we were like outcasts because I didn't have any close friends at school, only the Barnardos girls. I don't think we were accepted really well at all.
The 5 lived together in Sharon Home for 5 years, and the strong bond they forged together made up for the loss of being apart from their families.
You never thought about not having a mom there or a dad there.
It just sounds odd because mummies and daddies or whatever, I mean, that's part of your life as children, but you know what? It wasn't part of our life.
Do you remember when you were in the home ever having any hugs or kisses from the members of staff?
I don't recall hugs and kisses. They were strict in their ways.
No, I don't remember hugs, and I'm not a hugger now. I don't hug much. I try to, but you know, it's just not my thing.
In their early teens, it was time for the girls to leave the care home and go their separate ways.
One day they showed us this film about Australia. The matron said, "Who would like to go to Australia?" Of course, my hand went straight up.
Well, I wrote a letter to my mother saying, would she allow me to go to Australia? And it came back, no.
We were devastated, but I still went.
I always felt, and it more so when Sam went, that if I made a friend with someone, they're going to be taken away from me. And I still feel that now.
Sam never came back from Australia. Eileen went to live with her father. Patsy remained under Barnardo's care, and sisters Pat and Pam, after a brief stay with their mother in England, returned to their father in America.
I can remember standing up on deck, slowly watching the English countryside go by, leaving one life and going to another.
The 5 have not seen each other since. They've been spread across the globe for 50 years, leading separate lives until now.
I cannot wait to see Sam, Pat and Pam and Eileen. It's the only family I've really known.
incredible story, and you'll have to wait till tomorrow to see what happens when Patsy, Eileen, Pamela, Patricia and Sam finally get to see each other again. You really don't want to miss that.